Hey friends, my name is Varinder and welcome you to my YouTube channel Cloud Ninja. In this video, we'll study about Amazon Web Services S3 storage. We'll study that, what is S3 storage? We also call it as simple storage, and which is basically provided by the Amazon or onto the AWS cloud. We'll see how we can use it, what are its different features, and we'll also see a case study that, which company actually used S3 and how they are taking benefit of that. So without wasting much time, let's move on to the first slide and see that, what is S3? Amazon S3 is also called as simple storage, and let me explain in a simple terms. Like we use hard disks and all other things to store data while we are using our PCs or laptops on-premise. So similarly, when we'll be using cloud platform, we need something to store our data or to share our data online with our with the employees or with the customer. So Amazon S3 is an online storage facility. It is really cheap as compared to the hardware or the cost which is required to set up the hardware and the maintenance cost in case of on-premise. So that is why it is cheap. It is fast because you'll be able to access it through the HTTP via the good bandwidth like generally organizations are having for 100 Mbps, 200 Mbps. So it would be pretty fast and really easy to set up with few clicks. So we'll see in our next video how you can create folders or containers within the S3 storage, and you can put the data into that and you can start using it, and you'll be able to share the URLs with the users to whom you want to share your data. And the another thing is it is really a good feature because, as I generally tell people, that you need to believe on the brand name which Amazon is providing, that it is one of the largest retailer and or the e-commerce giant Amazon, and it's having a name in the market. So the rest about the quality and the service, so be assured about that. I have used the AWS platform in the last 2-3 years, so I know that how secure it is, and really in terms of documentation and all other things, there is no comparison to the AWS. And S3 is secure, but you need to provide permissions, appropriate permissions onto the data, whichever you will be storing in S3 or into the Amazon cloud. So who actually needs it? Definitely in case you are you're having a blog or you're having a website and users are looking for the images or videos onto the site, then you can definitely use the Amazon S3. And the good thing is, let's say in case in your organization you need a storage. In that case, you really need to spend on the hardware cost and the time which will be consumed in order to buy the hardware. Your procurement department will be doing the bidding, and then 10 people will be involved in getting all those disks and everything. So in that case, really no initial cost is required. You just log in into the AWS console, subscribe to this S3, and you can use the storage. Initially, I think it is 5 GB if you'll be using the AWS free tier. So 5 GB is maybe a small storage space for you, but think from the perspective number of people who will be using the AWS, and to all the new users, Amazon is providing 5 GB. So really no initial cost, means no upfront cost will be spent by you in order to procure the hardware and everything. So you just log into the AWS and sign in for the S3. And another thing is zero setup cost. You're not buying any hardware and you're not paying any lump sum amount, and then you'll get the equipment and start using it. Let's move on to the next slide. Amazon S3. What are its key benefits? There are a number of benefits, but I tried to highlight some of the key benefits which are easy to understand, and so that we can get really used to S3 and how we can use it. The first one is, which is also a basic characteristics for a cloud computing platform, that paying for paying for more than that you actually used. It is in the terms, let's say if you are using any kind of hosting platform, maybe it is provided by the Yahoo or it is GoDaddy. In that case, you know, there are chances that you have procured the hardware or a certain capacity is given to you. Let's say 5 GB space is given to you, or depending on a certain plan. And there might be a possibility that you are not able to use all those resources which were given to you by the hosting platform like cloud, like GoDaddy or any other platform. So in that case, you are paying the total cost whether you are using it or not, depending on the plan which you are subscribed for. But that is not in the case of Amazon S3. Similarly, store files online. You'll be able to store files, online onto the S3. You need not to require store files in your DVD or CD or hard drives, and you will be able to give the URLs to the users or to the customers with whom you want to share the data which you have added into the cloud, which actually is the one of the greatest benefit, and of course one should use it, because for each and every bucket you'll be able to get a URL through which you'll be able to access the data. And the other thing is durability. The data which is there onto the S3 buckets is really 99.9999 durable. So you need not to take care about the data. So Amazon is or AWS is taking care of that. The another thing is you really need to understand that how the data is stored in S3. So like in our PC or laptops, when we store the data into our hard disk, so in that case we really need to create folders and then put files into those folders, whether it could be images, your Word file, Excel file, or your images. So similarly, Amazon or AWS has provided us a space in the cloud. So in that space, that is online storage, we call it as simple storage, wherein once we log into that, we'll be able to create a bucket. So bucket is nothing but similar to the folders which we create in our S3, in our laptop or PCs. So Amazon S3 stores data into the objects, store data as objects, and like I said, those objects are stored within the folders to whom we call as bucket in case of Amazon 3. So you can see into this particular diagram that these are the folders when we work on our PCs or laptops. So this is the sign of the bucket in Amazon S3, where these small triangle and all these things are the objects which are stored into the Amazon S3. So different users can have different buckets, and they can put the data onto their buckets, and through the IAM you can assign the permissions that which user will be able to access which S3 bucket. So in that case, if you really want to understand what is IAM, you can go into our channel and you can click see the videos wherein we try to explain that what is IAM in two different videos. So one is the basic, another in detail. The other thing is like explain buckets are the containers for the object for files stored. So what could be the objects? Like previously said, the objects could be text files, your images, videos, or the applications. Like I said, if you really want to control the data, that who will be using what kind of data, or you can say that as per the security requirement, we should be providing access to the users on need basis only. So that thing also we can control by providing the appropriate permissions onto the S3 buckets, and that could be done through the IAM, which is identity and access management. So like said, in all our videos we try to really bring one case study, because case studies really helps us to understand that which actually organization implemented this and how you can similarly implement in your organization or for your own purpose. So ABF is in case you are from India, you'll be able to know better that this is one of the e-commerce site, an emerging e-commerce site, I would say. And ABF is Aditya Birla Online Fashion Store, and it is getting a lot of response, and they actually, when they moved their platform onto the AWS, they were actually able to save a lot of money, and with that money they are using that money onto the marketing and other stuff, and doing other some creative purpose, where they are building virtual trial rooms for the customers who are coming into the site to really check the fittings and everything for the stuff they are selling onto their retail store. So this is the image, and you can see that there are different images onto that. So what they are doing in case of S3 is, so they have actually stored all the images and everything, all the product details they have stored into the S3 bucket, and through which they are displaying their data to the different users or buyers all across the world. And in addition to that, they are using the Amazon CDN feature, which is also called as Content Delivery Network, wherein they are having their different applications. Applications are nothing but data centers which are connected through the WAN link, and then different applications, they are having their regions, and regions further again have availability zones. So we'll see in our subsequent videos, we'll try to explain that, okay, what is CDN and how it actually works. Basically, let me tell you in a short. CDN is a content delivery network wherein Amazon tries to display the network, or tries to display the content through its network to the various users across the world, depending on the application you are choosing. So in that case, let's say if you are in Europe and the server is lying in US, in that case, if you are using the application or CDN, Amazon will help you to access its users to really access the data in a very in a low latency manner, that there will be no delay in accessing the data if you will be using the cloud front. So in one way, they are using the S3 to actually display the content, and in order to avoid the delays, AWS is using the CDN, that is the Content Delivery Network. So my dear friends, thank you for watching this video. If you really like this video, please do subscribe to our channel. You'll get latest update about the different features of AWS, Amazon Cloud, and different services which are the different services are there. So I would request you to please share this video with your friends, so that maximum people should understand what is AWS, is a new technology, and how they can get benefit out of that. So thank you once again, friends. Thank you for watching. Please click like button if you really like the video. Thank you.